Hey collective, this is Neo Ra with another channeled message from Spirit for you now. Don't let anyone define you. Who you are is up to you. Knowing yourself from within is a gift, and who you allow to see your true self is a blessing. So let's pull some cards on knowing yourself. How's everybody doing? Hope you're enjoying the content. Like and subscribe if you are. Stick around for as long as you feel moved to do so. Queen of Cups. Emotions, mastering the feminine emotions. She's even levitating something above the cup. What is she levitating? What is that? I'm seeing it's like a coin or the moon. She's got her feet in the water. The earth is behind her. Feet in the water. Tapping into this. This is part of your divine inheritance. This water element. You were gifted a body, a vessel that holds water. And what water can do is very powerful. Learning and mastering this and the divine feminine, even the earth back here is mostly water. I think we take water for granted. We don't appreciate how useful and powerful water is. And mastering water, right? I'm seeing also air. She's levitating. And the airbenders, the avatar, I'm seeing mastering all of the elements is who we are. We're not just one element. You may naturally be gifted and have learned over lifetimes elements like fire, if you're a fire sign, rising. If you work with the moon, water, intuition, being grounded, being connected to nature and your physical body, air, having clarity, being able to speak the truth is a gift. High Priestess. Mastering these gifts is part of mastering life. And who wants to be on autopilot? Who wants to be walking around in the dark? Nobody. I think, why is this coming out? We maybe not have been encouraged, some of us listening, maybe not have been encouraged in the past to explore our gifts. And may not know we can use our intentions to program the water inside of us, the water we drink, the Emperor, Divine Masculine, and the fire. So you can speak positive affirmations, intentions into your food, into your water. A lot of people pray over their food before they eat as a tradition, a ritual, a pattern, a practice. And that's showing appreciation for having food and having clean water and having a clean vessel that we see as our temple, and we put into it only the best intentions, and our mind too. What we read, watch, listen to, who we listen to, right? So we started this off with, don't let anybody tell you who you are, right? And I'm seeing this clouded mind. Somebody telling you who you are and what you're capable of is a projection of their lack mentality, potentially. Unless it's somebody who's empowering and encouraging you. And I think there's a fine line between projecting someone's own lack, and the other extreme is, filling your head, gassing you up, saying you're something you're not, overcompensating, as opposed to being neutral, seeing where people are and being supportive. I'm seeing like an old kung fu movie, and the master and the student, and the master is not ever telling the student that he's something that he isn't or she isn't. The true master is working with the student wherever they are, and it being very neutral, and just being open and naturally flowing. Lessons should flow. It doesn't take effort to be, to exist. It doesn't take any effort. The effort comes in trying to control, right? When we try to control things, it can be chaotic, and a lot of ego. I'm seeing the ego trying to be in control so that we don't look bad or fail or be criticized or not loved, right? But this is not who you are, collective. You're intuitive, you're divine, you're balanced with the masculine and feminine energies, and you know this about yourself. So why would you ever let somebody tell you you're anything different? This may just be a reminder or a sign that, whoever has done this in the past, maybe letting that energy go, right? You may not think that's who you are anymore, but that may be something to meditate on. Getting nine on the timer, 9 minutes, to reclaim power that we have scattered on our timeline in the past. I'm seeing this hangman, and getting even a new perspective. I'm seeing this as like a portal, and he comes through the portal, or she comes through the portal. The portal being time, and looking into the past and seeing if there's any of this, even going back to the Kung Fu teacher and the master. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember the movie Kung Fu with David Carradine, or the TV series. He would have flashbacks throughout his adult life of when he was a child working with his master in school, and the flashbacks would remind him of a lesson that he learned, to take advantage of that lesson now. And I'm just seeing there may be times from the past come up that's not who we are now, but it may be something we need to let go of if we're reminded of something that wasn't empowering that happened in the past. Learning the lesson now as an adult or an older version of yourself, an empowered version of yourself, that we can look at it in a new way, that it's not so reactive. Reactive being not feeling like we're in control, being chaotic in the moment, but reflecting on the past in a meditation and journaling what we learned, I'm hearing can be extremely powerful and useful to pass on to others and to embody now for ourselves, to now we are the master and we are the teacher, and that there's many people in the collective who would benefit from having input of somebody who's mastered lessons and can meet them where they are and be supportive. There's a lot of people who need support right now, is the message. And these are people who are doing the work, not karmics who want you to pour and fill up their cup, and then they just are wasteful with the energy and aren't healthy mind, body, or spirit, and are operating from lack by choice. That's not who we want to fill their cup up. We want to fill up people's cups who are doing the work and need support and acknowledgement wherever they're at. So 12:21 on the timer. So being able to reflect back to somebody who's learning a lesson that we've already learned, and I'm seeing this card here, is very empowering, right? I have these animals on my property, so I'll see the adult being very patient with the children, with the baby deer, the does. Each season, very patient and taking time and being very nurturing and just intuitively knowing, because you've already been there, done that, right? How to be supportive. It's not something that takes a lot of. Being a good master is just about learning the lessons again as an adult, and that's where the journaling comes in. If there's things that we want to let go of when they come up that aren't triggering anymore, there may be lessons coming up because people in the collective, and this may be a call for somebody to start their own content, and knowing there's enough room on the platforms for everybody's voice to be heard and speak your truth, and that the right people will find your content, and it not being about the numbers, it being about the quality and the truth, and the trusting that, in knowing that your voice is valuable and powerful, and you add value when you walk on your path and find your truth. 14:28 on the timer. Yeah, you walking your path, speaking your truth, learning and sharing lessons you've learned. It doesn't have to be with tarot. It could be in any area of your life that you've got mastery to share with others, right? Because sharing with others and being able to fill up someone else's cup is why we're not on a planet with one person and you're the only person on the whole planet. The planet is full of people because it's a school to gain wisdom and share knowledge. I'm hearing sounds over here. Confirmation. We're on a planet where even with the animals, you know, they communicate and work together, and even up in space, beings that aren't even on this planet, I'm getting, because we're not the only inhabited planet in the universe or the multiverse. 1541, 42 on the timer. What else does Spirit want us to know in this message about who we are? That's victory. That's the Six of Wands. So this is how we win as a collective, is by sharing wisdom. And you see you got the Lion and the Divine Feminine, the fire element. The Sixes talks about unity and the emotion of water and fire, intuition and sharing with each other. Then we are creating a new reality for generations to come that doesn't have to be chaos. So generational curses breaking, laying a new foundation, and we all have value and different keys to unlocking this world and what the potential is to live on a planet that's unified and doesn't have division, the illusion of division, different races and sex and religion and countries and all these languages, all these seeming things that divide us, finding ways to have universal, my throat chakra, having universal language of love, watery emotions, and finding ways to connect and share knowledge and wisdom is how we move forward. 1755 on the timer. The Sun and the Six of Wands. So that's the message for you, collective. Hope this resonates. Take what does and leave what does not. Thank you. Have a great day.